Presutto and I'm a yoga instructor in Milton, Florida, and soon also in Pensacola. Today I want to talk about the breath in yoga and especially the linking of the breath with the movements. When we do the yoga postures, we link the breath with the movement, meaning, for example, bring the arms out. Inhale, we bring the arms up and touch on one inhale. And on the exhale, we float the arms down in one exhale. Now this is ideally what happens when we do the yoga practice. One breath, one movement. One inhale, one exhale, every time one movement. When you are a beginner, this is not going to happen right away. You might need 3 breaths to bring the arms up and the hands touching. And that is quite normal in the beginning, so don't feel like there's anything wrong with you. Everybody starts like that. And the reason is that the breath is not connected with the body usually very well. So we are with the mind always away actually from the moment of the body. And in the beginning, when you start to practice yoga, we see that the breath is way shorter than the movements that we do. Now over time and with practice, we learn to sync the breath and the movement. And what that does is, it brings us into the moment, it brings the breath into the body, and that is really a big part what makes us so feel good in the yoga class, in the yoga practice. After the class, we feel relaxed and we feel more centered, we feel more in the moment, and a big part of it is the linking, the syncing of the breath with the body. Because even if you are a beginner, there is some kind of a coming together after practicing for an hour, and you do feel that release. It is a release because the breath and the body are not separated. They are not working against each other. They are working together in sync, and that is a part that makes us feel good. Yoga means to unite or to connect. And to connect the breath with the body is one part of it. So when we do that, the mind starts to calm. When the breath is really fast and shallow, you can't take a deep breath, the mind is scattered. The mind is uneasy, the mind is scared. There's a lot of anxiety because the breath is very connected with the nervous system. So it makes the nerves jump, it makes us uneasy. So in yoga we learn to connect the different aspects of ourselves and we come home, we come into the body and we feel connected, we feel relaxed, and really we feel more like ourselves. And that is a big benefit of the yoga practice. Another interesting part about the breath is that when we think about the breath, mostly we think about inhaling. When we say to somebody, okay, take a deep breath, what we mean is inhale. But every inhale follows an exhale. There's always an inhale and an exhale. So when we inhale, we also exhale. When we inhale, we bring the oxygen, or in yoga we say the life force, into the body. And when we exhale, we release the breath and we release the toxins out of the body. So that is a big part that is often overlooked. Another interesting part about the breath is it's not even only an inhale and an exhale. Between the inhale and the exhale is a small pause every time. And if you take a breath and watch closely, you're going to notice that before you exhale, there's a little pause in the breathing. And when you exhale, in the end of the exhale, when you watch closely, there's a little pause before the next inhale. So the nature of the breath is actually circular. There's an inhale, there's a pause, there's an exhale and a pause. So it actually is like a round thing. It's a flowing circular motion. We think of it as in and out. So if it would be only in and out, then it would sound like this. And there's a breathing technique where we do this actually, but that's not the regular natural breath. And so I find it very interesting. I think it's really important to look at the breath and really pay attention to your breathing and feel the depth and the expansion of the breath once we start to loosen up the body. To change the rhythm of the breath, to change the depth of the breath, of course we need to loosen the body. We need to loosen up all that muscular tension that's in that area in the rib cage, connected with the shoulders, that either let us, hunch forward or keep the body in a certain position for years, the same pattern. So once we start to practice and loosen the muscular tension around the torso where the lungs are inside situated, then we actually can expand. So it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight. So it needs to be continually and routinely practiced. But once you start the practice on a regular basis, you will notice improvement pretty quickly. So it is a little magic, it is not an overnight thing, but at the same time, once you start to do it on a regular routine, you will see improvements pretty quickly. And that's the magic of yoga. It's the magic of the breath. I find it magic. It comes and goes. We don't really know where it comes from. And every time it comes in, it gives us life. And every time it leaves, it detoxifies us. So it is magical to me. Where does it come from? We don't really know. That's the magic. And if you're a scientist, you might argue, well, the respiratory system is the functioning of the body to keep the body alive. And yes, that is true. But if there is no breath coming, the respiratory system is not working. So it's not the respiratory system that is making the breath. The breath is what uses the respiratory system to supply the body. So where's the breath coming? Question, we don't really know. Magic, and I love it. And I hope you get interested in this kind of practice to help yourself, to empower yourself, to get healthier, to feel better, and really to take control over your life. You can do it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little demonstration today. And